My beloved, on this day, October the 3rd, I rise to tell you there is a language in the heavens, a rhythm in the earth, and a word in your mouth that carries the key to every closed door. You may have walked through valleys of deep shadows. You may have pressed your hands upon doors that seemed unwilling to open. You may have stood on thresholds where opportunity appeared to turn its back on you. But child, hear me now. The Creator of the universe has placed in you the authority to call things that are not yet visible as though they are. Yes, today is not just another square on a calendar. It is a doorway. It is a hinge between what was and what is yet to come. October 3rd is a summons from eternity, an invitation to declare, to affirm, to speak life. Say this 3 times, not once with hesitation, not once with doubt clinging to your lips, but 3 times with a thunder of faith in your chest. Every door that is mine shall open, every blessing that belongs to me shall come, every chain that holds me shall break. Say it once and you will feel the ground beneath your feet tremble. Say it twice and you will sense the walls around you weaken. Say it thrice, and heaven itself will bow to deliver. For words, my friend, are not fragile feathers. They are stones that build altars. They are rivers that carve valleys. They are keys, rustless, tireless, eternal keys. So on this October the 3rd, lift your head, square your shoulders, and let no fear silence you. For your voice is more than sound. It is the echo of creation itself. When you speak with faith, your sound becomes God's set sound. Your words become heaven's decree. Doors that mocked you shall swing wide. Opportunities that ignored you shall now bow to your name. Enemies that whispered against you shall scatter like dust in the wind, and the dreams you thought were long dead shall rise, stretching their wings like eagles at dawn. Ah, beloved, come closer and let me whisper something into the marrow of your bone, into the very rhythm of your spirit. You must understand, you must feel it, that words are never idle things. They are not feathers tossed in the wind, too light to matter, too fleeting to last. No, words are anchors. Words are seeds. Words are the drumbeat of eternity echoing through the mouth of humankind. And if you will but recognize the power resting on your tongue, you will walk differently. You will rise differently. You will speak differently, because you will know that every syllable carries consequence. When I say to you that words are power, I mean they are vessels filled with fire or water, with healing or harm, with life or death. The ancient scripture has declared that life and death are in the power of the tongue. And I tell you, darling child, that is no poetic exaggeration. It is truth dressed in majesty. Your words have the authority to create a world around you. They can build a house of peace or ignite a battlefield of despair. They can lift a heart broken in sorrow or crush a spirit already trembling at the edge. Think back, if you will, to the first time someone spoke life into you. Perhaps a teacher looked into your shy eyes and said, "You are capable." Perhaps a grandmother pressed your hands between hers, roughened with years, and told you, "Baby, you are more than enough." And did not those words stay? Did they not grow? Like vines wrapping themselves around the corners of your soul, keeping you steady when storms came. That is the weight of words. They do not vanish. They take root. They multiply. And think too of the shadow side. Recall a careless insult hurled at you in youth, or a bitter remark slung like a stone at your tender heart. Did it not wound? Did it not echo long after the speaker forgot they had said it? This is the testimony of power, that words, whether whispered in love or shouted in anger, do not evaporate into nothingness. They cling. They cling to memory, to thought, to destiny. And so I stand before you on this October the 4th, reminding you, if men and women can wound or heal with their fragile tongues, how much more can you, who are connected to the breath of God, decree your own freedom with words spoken in faith? Every locked door in your life waits for your mouth to command it open. Every chain around your future waits for your declaration to snap it loose. But you must not treat words as idle chatter. No, you must treat them as sacred tools. Hear me, beloved, when you say, I am nothing. Heaven hears it, and the earth bends low to make it true. When you say, I am blessed, I am chosen, I am capable. Angels rise from their posts and gather the winds to carry that truth into being. There is no neutrality in the tongue. Each utterance is a seed planted in the field of tomorrow, and whatever you plant, you shall surely reap. That is why I tell you, say it 3 times with faith in your chest. Not for superstition, not for magic, but because repetition chisels truth into the stone of your belief. When you repeat a word, you are writing it deeper, inscribing it not only into the atmosphere, but also into your own soul. The first time you speak it, the earth listens. The second time you speak it, your spirit believes. The third time you speak it, heaven moves. This is the mystery and the majesty of words. Consider this. The whole universe, as vast and eternal as it is, began with words. Let there be light was not just a command, it was the birth cry of creation. And when that word was spoken, darkness did not argue, it fled. Light came sprinting across the cosmos, obeying the voice that declared it. If the Almighty himself fashioned galaxies and rivers, lions and lilacs all by word, do you not see what treasure he placed inside your own mouth? The echo of creation rests upon your tongue. And yet too many of us wander through life careless with language. We curse ourselves without even knowing it. We say, I'll never make it, I'm always unlucky, nothing good ever comes to me. And the doors hearing that lament stay shut. The blessings listening to that complaint turn aside. The opportunities, sensitive as they are to sound, slip quietly away. We blame fate, we blame fortune. But in truth, it is our own tongue that built the walls around us. But beloved, hear the other side of the coin. Speak differently and watch the change. Wake in the morning and declare, this is my day. Every door that belongs to me shall open. Every blessing appointed to me shall arrive. Every chain that dares to hold me will break. And say it not once, not twice, but 3 times, so that doubt has no room to whisper back. And when you speak like that with faith, steadying your shoulders, you will see mountains tremble, you will see doors swing wide, you will see the very earth conspire to bring you what belongs to you. I tell you, even the cells in your body respond to your words. Speak health, and your body rises to meet it. Speak peace, and your mind calms like still water. Speak love, and your heart begins to heal. And yes, speak abundance, and the doors of provision open like windows to the wind. Everything around you is listening, waiting for your command. This is why the tongue is not to be wasted on gossip, bitterness, or fear. If you knew the potency of your speech, you would guard your lips as you guard your life. You would season your words with faith as carefully as a chef seasons a feast. For each word you release is either a dagger or a key, a poison or a medicine, a chain or a freedom. And so I remind you, October 3rd and October 4th are not merely dates. They are summons. They are trumpet calls for you to stand in your authority and wield your words as weapons of light. Say it boldly 3 times, and the universe cannot ignore you. Say it faithfully 3 times, and destiny will bow its head to you. Say it joyfully 3 times, and you will find that even the heavens echo your song. Beloved, Never again tell yourself that words are small. They are larger than kingdoms, deeper than oceans, swifter than lightning. They are the architect of your tomorrow. Hold them with reverence, speak them with courage, and let your tongue become the key that opens every door before you. Beloved, there are days on the calendar that look plain, days that slip by like water between your fingers. And then there are days wrapped in mystery, cloaked in divine timing, humming with the rhythm of heaven. October the 3rd and October the 4th are such days. To the hurried soul they may seem like another square of time, another sunrise and another sunset. But to the one who listens closely, to the one who leans an ear toward eternity, they are not days like any other. They are doorways, hinges upon which destiny swings, moments when the veil between what was and what can be grows thin. I tell you now, October the 3rd and October the 4th are not empty. They carry a weight, a sound, a summons. They are the appointed days where heaven leans close, where your past meets your future, and your present becomes the bridge between the two. They are divine appointments, invitations for you to stand upright, lift your chin, and step into alignment with what has always belonged to you. Think of doors, beloved. A door is never simply a piece of wood or a slab of iron. A door is a passage, a separator between one realm and another. Behind a door there are treasures unseen, rooms unexplored, promises waiting patiently. And until the door opens, you remain on the outside looking, longing, waiting. But these days, October the 3rd and October the 4th, are not for waiting. It is for walking through. It is for moving past barriers, for putting your hand on handles that were once denied to you, for seeing the impossible bow and obey the command of faith. Understand, child, that even time bends to God's authority. Days are not random. They are notes in a grand melody, each one carrying its own sound, each one holding its own harmony that joins the whole. When God marks a day, when he whispers into the stream of time, "This is the moment," you must not slumber. You must not yawn your way through it. You must be awake, alert, and ready to speak. October 3rd is such a note in the melody of your life. You may ask, why does this day matter? Why not yesterday? Why not tomorrow? And I say to you, it is because there are moments when the ground itself shifts beneath you, when the soil is softened by the tears you cried, when the heavens are stirred by the prayers you prayed, when waiting ripens into readiness. October 3rd is that ripened fruit. It is the day when seeds sown in pain push through the earth to bloom. It is the day when silence breaks into song. Look back at your journey, beloved. You have had days of despair where you thought your prayer scattered like smoke, days where rejection slammed a door in your face, days where loneliness wrapped itself around your chest like a chain. But today, this day, October 3rd, is not shaped from despair. It is woven from hope. It is stitched with promise. It is an appointed day, marked before you were born, waiting for you to rise and claim it. Let me remind you, God is the God of seasons. He sets the sun and moon in their places, commands tides to rise and fall, calls winter to sleep and spring to awaken. If he cares for the lilies of the field, clothing them in garments finer than kings, do you not believe he has arranged your days with just as much care? October 3rd is not an accident. It is a chapter written by the author who knows the beginning and the end, the one who bends time to serve his children. On this day, the spiritual becomes tangible. On this day, unseen doors begin to creak, hinges begin to loosen, locks begin to weaken. On this day, you are not to sit idly and watch time pass. You are to rise, open your mouth, and declare what must be. For October 3rd is not simply waiting for you, it is requiring you. It is calling forth your voice, demanding your faith, inviting your courage. T is as if the heavens themselves have arranged an appointment with you, and all creation is waiting for your arrival. Do not miss it. Do not let fear keep you pacing outside the door. Do not let doubt whisper that it is just another day. Do not let the memory of past failures convince you that nothing new can happen. No. October 3rd is God's answer to every lie you have believed, every defeat you have endured, every delay you have suffered. It is heaven's reminder that your story is not finished, that your season is not over, that your blessings are not lost. Child, see the image clearly. October 3rd as a threshold. On one side stands your yesterday heavy with pain, filled with closed doors and unanswered questions. On the other side waits your tomorrow filled with light, overflowing with opportunity, drenched in abundance. And there you stand right at the doorframe, called to step forward, called to speak your truth, called to claim what is already written in your name. Do not shrink, do not hesitate. This day has been carved out for your courage. It is a divine appointment, a meeting scheduled by God Himself. And when God sets a meeting, He never arrives late. He never arrives empty-handed. He comes with keys, with answers, with provision, with blessings pressed down, shaken together, and running over. So I say, rise early on October 3rd. Let the morning light see you already awake, already declaring. Walk into the noonday sun, speaking life, not death. Let the nightfall hear you still proclaiming what belongs to you. For this day has ears, this day is listening. This day has been assigned to carry you forward into what eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, and hearts have not yet imagined. It is a doorway, beloved, a hinge in time, a divine appointment waiting for your voice to confirm it. Step into it boldly, knowing that the one who marked this day has already gone ahead of you, already opened the path, already prepared the blessings. October 3rd is not simply a day, it is destiny knocking, and your yes is the key. Beloved, there is a mystery and a rhythm, a sacred power hidden in the act of saying a thing not once, not twice, but 3 times. The soul, like the earth, must sometimes be tilled more than once before the seed will take root. The heart, like a locked gate, may require more than a single knock before it opens wide. And faith, my child, is strengthened and deepened when you dare to declare, not once with a whisper, but thrice with thunder. To speak a thing 3 times is not superstition. It is not ritual for ritual's sake. It is rhythm. It is alignment. It is harmony between the mouth, the heart, and the spirit. The first time you say it, the sound escapes your lips and strikes the air around you. The second time you say it, it drills itself into your own heart, reminding you of who you are and whose you are. The third time you say it, beloved, it pierces heaven, calling angels to attention, demanding that the universe align itself with the words spoken. Do you see the beauty here? To say it 3 times is to trace a circle to make whole what was once incomplete. 1 time is a start, 2 times is a step, but 3 times seals the matter. It is no accident that the earth itself hums in triads, past, present, future. It is no coincidence that we know our God as Father, Son, and Spirit. It is not by chance that life itself beats in 3s, birth, living, and dying only to rise again. The very structure of existence bows to the power of 3. So when I say to you, speak the word 3 times, I am not inviting you to a game. I am inviting you into alignment with the heartbeat of the cosmos. Speak once, and you have announced. Speak twice, and you have affirmed. Speak thrice, and you have decreed. And when a decree is made in faith, even the earth must obey. Think, beloved, of the prophet who cried out not once but many times, until the dry bones rattled and rose into an army. Think of the widow who knocked and knocked again on the judge's door, until justice bowed its head to her persistence. Think of the Christ himself, who in the wilderness faced temptation not with silence but with threefold words, each answer striking like lightning until the adversary fled. There is power in the persistence of speaking. There is victory in the rhythm of three. The first time you speak, the mountain hears you and laughs. The second time you speak, the mountain trembles. The third time you speak, the mountain moves. The first time you declare, doubt scoffs. The second time you declare, doubt grows uneasy. The third time you declare, doubt is silenced. Say it once and your body stirs. Say it twice and your spirit awakens. Say it thrice and the heavens answer. And I tell you this, October 4th is not a day for timid words. It is not a day for half-hearted whispers. It is a day for declarations that echo. You must stand in your room, stand on your porch, stand wherever you are, and let the sound roll from you like a river. Say it with conviction. Every door that is mine shall open. Every blessing that belongs to me shall come. Every chain that holds me shall break. Say it once and let the words fly. Say it twice and let the words take root. Say it thrice and watch the doors swing open. There is no chain forged by man or demon that can withstand the threefold strike of a word spoken in faith. There is no lock too strong, no gate too heavy, no wall too high. For words, when multiplied in faith, become a hammer, and each strike weakens the iron. Each blow shatters the stone until what once seemed unmovable lies broken before your feet. But understand, repetition is not for God's benefit. The Almighty does not forget. The heavens are not deaf. No, the repetition is for you, for the trembling in your own heart, for the shadow of fear that lingers in your own mind. Each time you speak it, you silence the critic within. Each time you say it, you bury doubt deeper into the ground. Each time you repeat it, you strengthen the spine of your belief. And once belief stands upright, heaven and earth must bow. 3 times, beloved, one for the earth, one for your soul, one for the heavens, one for the past that tried to haunt you, one for the present that tests you, one for the future that waits for you, one for the Father who dreamed of you, one for the Son who redeemed you, one for the Spirit who empowers you. 3 always, 3, the number of completion, the seal of authority, the mark of certainty. So do not grow weary of saying it. Do not let embarrassment or self-consciousness silence you. For when you speak, chains are listening. When you speak, doors are listening. When you speak, destiny itself leans forward to hear. And when you speak 3 times, nothing remains the same. I tell you this because I know some of you have spoken once before and seen nothing shift. You prayed once and the heavens seemed silent. You declared once and the door remained shut. And so you thought, perhaps it does not work for me. Perhaps the promise is for others and not for me. But hear me now. 1 strike seldom fells a mighty tree. 1 push rarely crumbles a great wall. 1 word may begin the battle, but 3 seal the victory. Speak it again. Speak it louder. Speak it thrice. For repetition is not weakness. Repetition is insistence. Repetition is proof of faith. And faith, when insistent, shakes the foundations of the earth. Speak and do not grow tired. Speak and watch the heavens open. Speak and let the universe know your name. On this October the 3rd and 4th, do not stop at 1. Do not stop at 2. Say it 3 times and let the echo of your faith fill the halls of eternity. For the sound you release will not disappear. It will roll like thunder across unseen skies. It will rise like incense. It will carve its way into tomorrow, and long after the words have left your lips, they will still be working, still opening, still creating, still breaking chains. Beloved, there is a reason heaven answers to three. 3 times is the sound of certainty. 3 times is the voice of no return. 3 times is the stamp of completion. Say it once and you are asking. Say it twice and you are believing. Say it 3 times and you are commanding. And when you command in faith, the earth listens, doors open and chains fall. So do not hesitate, do not hold back. Let your voice rise, let your words soar. Say it 3 times and know every door shall open, every blessing shall come, every chain shall break. Beloved, let me tell you something plain and true. The words you speak must be clothed in courage. They must be born of faith and not of fear. Too many open their mouths, and what comes forth are trembling syllables, quivering phrases, whispers weighed down by doubt. But words spoken without faith are like arrows without a point, like seeds thrown upon rock. They cannot pierce, they cannot grow. If you want doors to open, if you want chains to fall, if you want the universe to shift, then you must speak with the thunder of conviction, not with the tremor of hesitation. Faith is not timid. Faith is bold. Faith steps onto waters that have never been walked upon. Faith stares into the eyes of a giant and refuses to turn away. Faith steadies a trembling heart with the reminder, I am not alone. God is with me. And when such faith climbs onto the tongue, when such courage wraps itself around words, those words carry weight. They are not mere sounds. They are declarations backed by heaven. I tell you this because I know too well the sound of words spoken in fear. They are hesitant, half-born, stumbling from the lips as if apologizing for their own existence. They whisper, I hope this works, instead of declaring, it will be so. They say, maybe one day, instead of affirming, today is the day. Fearful words tremble, they falter, they fade before they can even reach the ear of heaven. But words spoken in faith, O child, those words roar. They travel faster than light, they pierce the darkness, they shake the gates of possibility, and they bring forth the impossible. Do you remember how creation began? Not with a timid thought, not with a fearful whisper, but with a bold word, let there be light. There was no hesitation in that utterance. There was no uncertainty. It was a command wrapped in certainty, and the darkness obeyed. And I tell you, beloved, the same authority rests on your tongue when you speak in faith. Courage must be the clothing of your language. Faith must be the foundation beneath your words. Otherwise, you will find yourself speaking and nothing moves. Not because heaven is deaf, not because God is unwilling, but because doubt poisons what you declare. The scripture says, let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For the one who wavers is like a wave of the sea, driven and tossed by the wind. Do not let your tongue be tossed by fear. Stand steady. Declare boldly. The doors before you are not ordinary doors. Some have been shut for years, reinforced by time and trial. Some have hinges that creak like rusted iron. Some have stood so long in silence you began to believe they would never open. But they are waiting, waiting for a word that carries weight. A word spoken not with hesitation but with fire, and that fire is faith. Remember, fear has a voice too. Fear whispers, what if you fail? What if it does not work? What if no one hears you? Fear murmurs at midnight, do not try, do not speak, stay silent. And too many have obeyed the voice of fear, never realizing that silence is a declaration in itself. Silence says to the door, stay closed, I will not knock again. But when you resist fear and let courage rise in your throat, when you declare with boldness, This door must open, even the hinges cannot withstand it. Do not forget, beloved, the enemy of your soul feeds on your hesitation. He rejoices in your doubt. He smiles when your words falter because he knows weak words carry no power. But when you rise with faith, when you let conviction pour from your chest, he trembles. He trembles because a word clothed in faith cannot be stopped. Faith-driven words are not loud for the sake of being loud. They are not dramatic for the sake of drama. They are steady, certain, immovable. A whisper in faith holds more power than a shout in fear. A quiet word spoken with unshakable belief shakes the foundations of the earth more than all the fearful cries of 1,000 lips. For faith does not depend on volume. It depends on certainty. Think of a judge in a courtroom. When she declares a verdict, she does not shout. She speaks firmly, clearly, with the authority of the law behind her. That is how your words must be spoken, not with trembling, but with the confidence that God Himself has placed His promise behind you. Speak as one who knows that heaven backs your declaration. So I tell you, when you stand on October the 3rd and 4th and say those words 3 times, do not whisper them as if asking permission. Declare them as if announcing destiny. Say, every door that is mine shall open. Every blessing that belongs to me shall come. Every chain that holds me shall break. Say it not with the uncertainty of one hoping to be heard, but with the certainty of one who knows heaven bends to listen. Faith is not arrogance. Faith is not pride. Faith is trust. Trust that God is faithful. Trust that His promises are sure. Trust that He has not forgotten your name. When you speak in faith, you are not boasting in yourself. You are leaning on Him. You are saying, I may not have the strength, but my God does. I may not hold the key, but my words carry the authority of the one who made every door. Beloved, do not let fear sit on your tongue another day. Do not let doubt take your mouth. Rise with courage. Let your voice carry the certainty of faith. For every time you speak in fear, you strengthen the lock. Every time you speak in doubt, you reinforce the chain. But every time you speak in faith, the lock weakens, the chain loosens, the door shifts. And I tell you this, faith is contagious. When you speak in faith, you not only transform your own atmosphere, but those around you catch the fire. They see your boldness. They hear your certainty. Their own spirits begin to believe again. One courageous word can awaken a family. One faith-filled declaration can shift a community. One bold proclamation can change generations. That is the power of faith-driven speech. So speak as though you mean it. Speak as though heaven is listening. Speak as though the doors are already open, the blessings already flowing, the chains already broken. Speak in faith, for faith is the language of heaven, and heaven always responds to its native tongue. On this day, October the 3rd and 4th, do not let your words limp, let them run. Do not let your words tremble, let them roar. Do not let your words crawl, let them fly. For when you speak with faith, you speak with the power that calls things that are not as though they are. And the moment you release those words with courage, the doors cannot help but swing wide. So I leave you with this, beloved. Speak boldly, speak faithfully, speak courageously. Let no fear choke your tongue. Let no doubt weaken your voice. For the world is waiting, the doors are waiting, the heavens are waiting for words born of faith, words that move mountains, words that open every door before you. My dear friend, let us sit for a moment in the quiet of this day, in the stillness that the dawn offers before the noise of life comes rushing in. Let us speak softly, yet with strength, about faith and the mysteries of heaven's response to it. For heaven does not bow to arrogance, nor bend to fear. Heaven does not tremble at doubt, nor dance to the tune of despair. But heaven, oh blessed heaven, always responds to faith. Faith is the language of the eternal, the rhythm of the divine heartbeat, the currency of heaven's exchange with humanity. When a child cries, a mother responds not to the words, but to the tone, the truth in that cry. And when your spirit cries in faith, heaven listens not merely to syllables, but to the deep, resonant call of belief beneath your voice. God is not impressed by noise. He is not persuaded by empty recitations. He is moved by the sincerity of faith tucked within your words. Faith is not measured in volume, but in depth, not in repetition, but in the posture of the heart. It is when you believe, even trembling, even with shaking knees, that your whisper can move mountains. Let me tell you something. Heaven hears the trembling voice of a widow praying over an empty table. Heaven hears the broken cry of a man kneeling in his darkened room asking for one more chance.